अस्सलाम वालेकुम। आज हम इस वीडियो में वॉल्ट विटमन के बारे में जानेंगे। ये पैदा हुए थे 1819 में और इनकी डेथ हुई थी 1892 में। वॉल्ट विटमन एक अमेरिकन पोइट थे, ऐसे राइटर थे, जर्नलिस्ट थे। एज अ ह्यूमनिस्ट ही वाज पार्ट ऑफ ट्रांजिशन बिटवीन ट्रांसेंडेंटलिज्म एंड रियलिज्म, इनकॉर्पोरेटिंग बोथ व्यूज इन हिज वर्क। 1858 में विटमन ने पब्लिश किए 47,000 word series called Manly Health and Training under pen name मेस वेल्सर। कार्ल इन्हें कहा जाता है फ्री वर्ड्स का फादर। फेमस हैं अपनी पोइट्री कलेक्शन लीव्स ऑफ ग्रास, जो कि काफ़ी कंट्रोवर्शियल था अपने वक्त में, क्योंकि इसमें ऑब्सीन दिखाई गई है और ओवर सेक्सुअलिटी दिखाई गई है। 1855 में ये पहली दफ़ा पब्लिश हुआ। न्यूयॉर्क में ही फाउंडेड हिज ओन न्यूज़पेपर लॉन्ग आइलैंडर। ही सर्व्ड एज अ पब्लिशर, एडिटर, प्रेसमैन एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर। As an American war was beginning in 1861, Whitman published his poem Beat, Beat Drums as patriotic rally call for the North. At the end of 1891, he prepared final edition Leaf of Grass, nicknamed Deathbed Edition. He published total 7 edition of it. 7 edition Leaves of Grass की इन्होंने publish कराए. In the last week of his life, he wrote, I suffer all the time. I have no relief, no escape. It is monotony, monotony, monotony in pain. Whitman is famous for propounding temperance novel into literature by writing a temperance novel, Franklin Avon. John Peter Lacey called Whitman as a pretentious as to Walt Whitman. Important works का अगर जिक्र करें, The Inebriate or the Franklin Avon 1842 only novel by Whitman. Leaves of Grass first edition आया 1855 में और लास्ट एडिशन आया 1891 में. Peace is beautiful appear in this poem. Poems are loosely connected and each represent Whitman's celebration of his philosophy of life and humanity. Among the poems in the collection are Song of Myself, I Sing the Body Electric, Out of Cradle, Endlessly Rocking, Oh Captain, My Captain. Later edition including Whitman's elegy to the assassinated President Abraham Lincoln, When Lilacs Last in the Dooryard Bloom. Poem collection has its genesis in an essay called Poet by Ralph Waldo Emerson, published in 1844. About the deathbed edition of 1892 of this poem collection, he said, L of G at last complete. After 33 years of hackling at it, all times and moods of my life, fair weather and foul, all parts of land and peace and war, young and old. In the deathbed edition, Leaves of Grass contained almost 400 poems, while it was only 12 in the first edition. Drum tapes 1865, Democratic Vistas 1871, Oh Captain, My Captain 1865. Extended metaphor है पोएम का और अमेरिकन प्रेसिडेंट इब्राहम लिंकन की मौत पर है. It was included in the comprehensive collection Leaves of Grass 4th edition 1865. It is classified as an elegy or mourning poem written to honor Abraham Lincoln, who was assassinated in 1865. मशहूर इसकी opening lines है, Oh Captain, My Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every wreck. The prize we sought is won. Song of Myself, ये पोएम पब्लिश पोइट्री 1855 में हुई. पोएम को क्रेडिटेड किया जाता है representing the core of Whitman's poetic vision. In the first edition it was published without title and section, but in the last edition of 1892 it took on the title Song of Myself. In this poem he described that he is 37-year-old. I now 37-year-old in perfect health began hoping to cease not till death. पैसेज टू इंडिया, ये भी एक पोएम है. साइट इन कैंप इन द डे ब्रेक ग्रे एंड डिम, सन डाउन पेपर फ्रॉम द डेस्क ऑफ अ स्कूल मास्टर इन एन ऐसे सीरीज बाय विटमैन. इनकी डेथ हुई थी 1892 में.